Kill the one who shot him.
Engineer, can we improve our speed?
Engines are already giving all that they have. Any more and we'll break apart.
Estimated time of arrival.
14 kilocams.
Then we must be faster if we are to save the Admiral's life. Doctor, why are you on the bridge? Do you not have a patient to tend to?
He is safe in stasis in the Borg chamber we kept. I can monitor his welfare from the bridge.
Doctor, I fail to see why you were wasting this much time over him. He is Klingon. You are depriving him of the death he deserved in battle.
As long as there is life still in him, I will do everything I can to make sure he comes back.
You were a fine one to speak of honor. After all, it is your father who is leading a revolution against the Empire. And it was your mirror counterpart who shot the Admiral.
Commander, do you recall the saying? Wedge, hooch, che, fa, cha, we.
What of it?
Both you and the Admiral share the same dishonor of having been captured in battle. Him by the Borg, and you by the Romulans, if I recall. Death is the only way to regain that honor. Let him die and rejoin the Black Fleet.
He would rather die in battle than in some comfy bed. Now, unless you have anything that is worth my time, you can leave.
I also notice that you refuse to be the sole commander of the Stranglehold. His death would assure that for you.
What are you suggesting?
Commander, our warp field is being disrupted and our shields have dropped.
We will continue this discussion later. Scanners, who would dare attack us?
It is hard to tell. The craft is also interfering with our scanners.
Commander, the Admiral's life signs are no longer showing on my monitor.
Is he dead?
No, the entire chamber has disappeared. It is no longer on board the ship.
Power is slowly being restored to all systems.
What of our attacker?
The ship has disappeared as well, at maximum warp.
Well, Commander, it looks like someone has made the decision for you. You are now in command of the Stranglehold.
Only until we rescue the Admiral.
He will be dead long before that. Why bother?
I refuse to have his body put on display in a museum. Or even worse, at a dealer table at some convention. This crew will back up my decision, just as they have for the Admiral.
Captain Hedbush to the Aircap. Nothing to report. We are still waiting for the outpost team to meet us. Hedbush out. So, Shekalim, welcome to your first official mission. May we bring glory to the Empire this day.
Glory to the Empire! Here? Why the Badlands?
It is part of the alliance agreement after the Dominion War. There must always be an occupied force to watch over Cardassian space.
But why the Badlands? If memory serves, this area was used by the Maquis until the Jem'Hadar eliminated them.
Are you frightened by the stories of ghosts who haunt these caves?
Ghost stories do not frighten me! But wasting my time on this base does. I am a warrior, and I should be on the front lines in glorious battle.
But not all glory is found on the battlefield. There can be honor in serving the Empire through science.
I do not see how collecting mold samples or testing lab animals tests a warrior's mettle.
Watch your tongue, Sokol, or you may find it a lab experiment. Or worse.
Welcome to Gretor. If the food does not kill you, the boredom of this assignment will.
I am Captain Hedbush of the IKRV Hercap. We are here to bring supplies and transfer replacement personnel.
Ah, that is good. Especially tonight on Gah Taco Night. It was difficult to keep the worms in those Earth by the Federation, the Klingon, and Romulan empires. Though I find it hard to stomach the vinegary salad bar combo.
As a scientist, I applaud you for sampling the cuisines of other cultures.
I would save your applause until after the dessert. I believe it is some concoction called a root beer float.
Cod week! Kirkpatrick reports that a ship is coming out of warp and moving into orbit.
Now, who would dare enter this space? No, I believe that there can only be one ship that would appear at this time. Commander Couture, what brings the Stranglehold to the Badlands?
A warp drive. But that is not important. We're in search of a Kentuck who has stolen the Admiral from our sick bay. The trail ends here.
Was the Admiral sick?
No, he was said to be mostly dead. He had been shot about 1 year ago.
Why was this not made known to the rest of the fleet?
It was on a need-to-know basis. And you did not need to know.
Who would dare steal the Admiral's body?
Someone who is without honor.
Commander, I am not picking up the Admiral at this post.
Keep checking. He has to be here.
I fail to see why you are spending this much time to locate a dead body.
He is not dead. I did not ask you to come here. And if you feel this is a waste of your time, you can return to the ship.
I will stay, but if I find that you are wasting the resources of the Empire on a foolish quest, I will replace you as commander of the Stranglehold.
I laugh at your challenge. Perhaps if I am lucky, you will suffer from the illness that the Federation calls Curse of the Red Shirts. Maybe you will not survive this mission.
You talk tough, but deep down, your heart is as gentle as a kitten. Do not bother me with your mewling threats.
I have found that even a threat can be deadly if it is large and has the force to back it up. Do you still feel lucky?
Commander, there are 2 life forms heading this way. Their biosigns are...
Romulan!
I should have known. Only a Romulan would be without honor. Give back what you have stolen, and I may consider killing you quickly.
You forget. At this outpost, we are allies. Besides, Commander, I believe there should be introductions before attempting to kill us.
It never ceases to amaze me how the Klingon Empire survives, considering the quality of the barbarians serving it.
Very well, then. Who are you?
I am Commander Raerdos, and with me, Sub-Commander Ravid of the RSF Nightwing.
Why are you here?
Since this outpost was set up by the Alliance after the defeat of the forces from the Delta Quadrant, it would seem logical for Romulans to be stationed here, along with their allies, Starfleet and the Klingons.
I do not believe that you are here to replace personnel. Romulus is not scheduled to send relief for another 2 months. And I do not believe you're here on vacation either.
You are correct. We are not here as observers. Our business is none of your concern.
According to the treaty, there can be no secrets while we are on this station. With failure to follow that part of the treaty could lead to war.
You Klingons are so predictable. Somebody sneezes and you all go into a feeding frenzy over war.
And Romulans are quick to stand safely in the back, under the comfort of their snuggly blankets and pillow forts, where they can plan their attacks in comfort.
You know nothing of the Romulan Empire, Klingon.
Green blood, pointed ears, detestable, annoying. What else should I know?
While Klingons are loud and boorish and reek of something that died.
We know all about that. But we fail to see the need to brag about our accomplishments.
I was trying to insult you, Klingon.
The only thing frightening about you, Romulan, is your poor attempts at insults. On Kronos, a 5-year-old can easily best you in a curse exchange.
Deep down, Klingon, we are related, you know.
What makes you say that?
My mother and your mother are both mothers.
You dare bring my mother into this and insult her? Allow me to rearrange your head.
Say enough! Enough! I need answers as to why you are here, or I will personally rip off your ears and add them to the tacos they serve here.
Very well. We are here to meet with someone on a very important business transaction.
We want to meet with Romulans in the Badlands near Cardassian. Commander, could they be here to meet with Marie? She has not been seen since you came back to the alternate universe.
You need not worry about the Cardassian. She is busy handling a task that concerns the ship in the safety of the Empire.
Are you keeping secrets from me as well?
I report to the High Council. This information is for the one who commands the Stranglehold, which is not you, since you hold to the belief that the Admiral is still alive.
Interesting. It seems that you would have a spy or something aboard your ship, Commander Couture.
You two will probably want to fight this out.
Commander Riordos and I will go to the next panel next door and spend the last 30 minutes there.
You two are not going anywhere.
I found this rodent creeping around the tunnels.
It was not creeping. It was more like skulking about with style. No reputable business person would be caught creeping.
I know you, Ferengi. Whenever you appear, trouble cannot be far behind.
You must have mistaken me for my Klingon half-brother Kalutz. His nickname is Trouble. He works as a guard in a glass factory. He's known as a cut above the others in his field.
You have a Klingon half-brother?
Not really. What Ferengi in her right mind would want to mate with a Klingon? I mean, why ruin a perfectly good pair of lobes by adding ridges? Klingons can't even count higher than 5.
You are wrong, Ferengi. As a scientist, I can count higher than 5.
Yes, I'm sure you learned to count with both your fingers and your toes.
Careful, Ferengi. You would not want to make a scientist angry.
I know of the great Klingon opera of the scientist who got angry. After 24 hours, the lead actor actually said, "Grr." There were thunderous yawns in the audience that night.
Well, I am not a scientist, so I guarantee I would get angry much, much quicker.
That sounds like a threat. Why, if we were on my planet...
What would happen?
Who knows? We're not on my planet.
Why are you here?
A minor business transaction, that is all. However, I can see that you're all busy. It can wait. I will come back later.
You are the one we are to meet?
That depends. Are you the ones wishing to buy something?
Do you have the object we discussed?
Describe the object. I have all sorts of objects in my stock.
There is only one object that interests us, an object you claim to be one of unlimited power.
I may have it, but that Klingon confiscated my container.
What is in the container?
I do not like the smell of this.
That stink is usually you Klingons from your lack of bathing. Have ya considered soap? I happen to have a case on my ship.
Commander, there is a trace of the warp signature of the ship we followed on the Ferengi. She is the one who captained the ship that stole the Admiral.
Now, this is indeed interesting. Do you have anything that you wish to say before I rip your ears off and feed them to you?
What?
always the ears with you Klingons. As a matter of fact, I do have something to say. Don't rip off my ears. Somebody could get hurt. Mostly me. I'll tell you. I figured I could sell them on the open market, or at least pieces of them.
That is disgusting.
All Ferengi heroes are vacuum desiccated and sold in collectible discs. So why not start a trend among the other races?
If you have carved up the Admiral as part of some sick scheme.
Relax. Don't be such a whiny maraca. Your Admiral's still in one piece. Commander, we have no need for the body of the Admiral. What we want is far more valuable, which this Ferengi has promised us. You all keep forgetting I have a name. It's Eva. It's trademarked. If you wish to conduct business, you must use my name. Ferengi. If you do not give us what we came here for, I will let the Klingons kill you. You didn't see it amongst the items you took out of the box? How would we know? You failed to give us a description. It must have slipped my mind during our negotiations. Let me think.
Why is this one blinking?
There's a saying that when something blinks, it usually isn't good.
We are the Borg. We will add your biological and technological distinctness to our own. Resistance is futile.
That is definitely not a good sign.
I doubt that the Borg are actually here, but stand ready just in case. You two, get to the control room. Activate the shields.
Commander, the Nightwing is just informing that a Borg craft is orbiting this asteroid.
And they did not fire on your ship? That does not sound like the Borg to me. They should have destroyed your ship.
Why would they do such a thing?
I would have given the chance.
Commander, this is hardly the time for joking.
I was not.
You are all prisoners of the Borg Hive, Alpha Quadrant Branch. This is XP of Borg, and I am...
An X of Borg.
Ah, Commander Cthulhu. We meet again. I would say I missed you, but that would be incorrect, would it not?
I remember the last time you disguised yourself as my daughter.
Really? I thought someone else was first officer at the time.
I was a different warrior then.
Obviously. I did not think Klingons could change their looks so.
So, NX of Borg, what brings you to this region of space?
And Commander Kartog is here as well. I remember you thwarted my plans too. Or was that someone else's voice I heard in my ear? No matter.
To toy with these inferior life forms and let us get what we came for.
There's a tradition we must stick to of taunting our heroic foes first, while making it clear what our plan is. It is code, according to script writing, page 42.
Then what brought you here?
Our ship. But that is not important. We're drawn here by a signal.
The station has a Borg signal?
The signal we were drawn to is fire different. We picked up that signal last year.
I fail to see your Admiral. Is he well, Doctor?
Why do you ask?
It is no coincidence that both our races are here, for I feel we are both in search of your dead Admiral.
There's a difference of opinion on his being dead.
True. His life signs were very weak, but his Borg nanocodes are very active. You're just barely alive.
And it was those probes that signaled for us to come here.
Then you can help him.
I believe you misunderstand us. We are not here to help him.
Then why are you here?
Before we discuss your Admiral, we must first retrieve an object we believe is in someone's possession here.
That is amazing that everyone is here in search of some object.
Then you can fight amongst yourselves. We are not concerned with this object. We are here to rescue the Admiral.
Do not dismiss this object so quickly, Commander. It must be important if both the Romulans and the Borg desires it.
Stay out of this, Klingon. You're incapable of using the object.
Meaning?
You do not possess the intelligence to use it.
This tells me that you do not know what it is either.
We know what it is, and it belongs to the Borg. It is of no use to either of you.
which means that it is a threat to us. Therefore, neither one of you should have it.
Spoken like a true scientist.
Do not insult me. This is what we warriors call a gut instinct. It also goes by other names, such as a hunch, woman's intuition. But I will go with gut instinct.
Let us end the debate. Alrighty. Species 180. You will tell us where the object is.
Money speaks louder than threats. It goes to the highest bidder.
Threats are irrelevant. We can easily assimilate you, making our thoughts our own.
On second thought, perhaps we could discuss opening a line of credit. Do you have any references?
Enough! We are wasting time. Assimilate her.
Where are you taking her?
We need to continue her assimilation. But special effects cost funding, and we are under what the Ferengi would call a strict budget.
As annoying as the Ferengi is, she does not deserve that fate.
If we are not careful, we will all suffer the same fate.
That is not how I want to start out my glorious career, as a mere puppet to the Borg.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Commander, there's nothing for you to say. It is inevitable.
We will reclaim your admiral to the hive mind.
You will not take the Admiral.
I do not believe you have any choice.
We will stop you.
Must we remind you, resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
We formed an alliance to beat the Jem'Hadar. I am certain that together we can beat you as well.
As much as I detest Romulans, I have to agree.
Please. You know as well as I do that your weapons will not work here.
Because of some damping field that prevents the weapons from operating?
That sounds good.
Attack!
So much for your sad attempt to defeat us.
So, prepare them for assimilation.
Not quite yet. We will let them suffer a bit, knowing that they failed.
A Klingon would rather die instead of being captured.
Perhaps there will be a glimmer of hope in the second act. But I doubt it. Now if you'll excuse us, and we check on our handiwork.
Now's our chance. We need a plan if we want to escape.
What are you proposing?
We take out those 2 drones.
I could take them blindfolded.
Yeah, but they are not blindfolded.
We have no choice.
What do I do?
You are a scientist.
We could be taking a big chance.
I know. You take a chance getting up in the morning, eating the goth and thinking it is fresh, or visiting the doctor in sickbay.
If we are going to do this, I suggest we do it now, before those 2 return.
Quiet. They're returning. Chance to open up.
I believe we've taken enough time between acts. Behold, shekalim.
Shekalim? I thought all Borg had a designation number.
Except for special cases, or odd ones. Then we name them.
How do you come up with these names for those special cases?
We find them in their dealer's room.
You were able to get into the dealer's room. That is impossible.
Not really. If you plan several hours ahead of time and avoid the lines to Hall H.
What is so special of this new Borg that you have created?
I would like to say that I'm impressed. But I cannot.
Do not worry, Kartog. We have special plans for you. In fact, we have special plans for all of you.
We will resist you.
Of course, we would expect that. But in the end, you will fail.
We should just get the object, take the Admiral, and leave.
As I said before, you will not take the Admiral.
I do not believe that is your choice to make. Isn't that correct, Admiral? I am certain you remember Pseudonymous.
I will tear you apart for doing this to him!
Why be upset? At least he is alive.
But not like this!
We've got to fight him now.
We anticipated you would resist, so we brought in reinforcements.
I do not think we will be able to fight back, Sub-Commander.
We've got to do something.
I agree.
Commander, we are not fully recovered from the last fight.
You are quite correct, Doctor. If it is any consolation, we will make your death quick.
You said that we would stand a chance in the second act.
And you believed me. Cheer up. Like Jell-O, there is always room for hope.
Do we get our choice of flavors?
You do.
That is good.
All of the flavors end in the word yuck.
That is bad.
And now it is time for you all to die. But first, shekalim, show us the object.
This is the object you were all fighting over?
We were told it was powerful. I fail to see what it does.
That is because it is Borg technology, which will allow us to control the universe.
You have been stopped once, and I'm certain you can be stopped again.
Let us see what your Admiral has to say about this. Pseudonymous.
Resistance is not futile. Now witness the power of this fully armed and operational device.
What was that?
A diversion.
And what did you hope to accomplish?
Nothing.
Then why?
Because it was there. And now for my next magic trick.
Did somebody call for backup?
It seems that we would have our second act.
Do you honestly believe you will win this time, Commander?
What do we do?
Make the Borg sorry they ever came here.
We shall see.
An excellent XP of a snake.
Certainly we'll see him again.
I do not understand. How is it that you were not completely assimilated?
We had the doctor to blame on that one. Last year when I was beamed back on board the ship, she placed a neural inhibitor in me.
I do not understand.
It is something I picked up from the Federation. It prevented him from being totally assimilated.
You admit to using Federation technology? What kind of a Klingon are you?
I'm a doctor, not a scriptwriter. So Starfleet just happens.
If you do not mind, we will simply take the object and leave.
I do not think that would be your wisest move.
It'll be safe in the hands of the Romulan Empire. What could be wiser?
An earlier time slot for these missions.
If you think that we are just going to let you walk out of here with it, you are sadly mistaken.
Try and stop us.
It does not matter. The device was rendered inoperative during the fight.
Leave. Do not hesitate. Do not linger. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 credits. Just leave. Now!
Very well, Commander. In honor of the alliance against a common foe, we will leave until we meet again.
So, what are we going to do with shekalim? I would love to run some experiments on her.
We cannot just leave her like this. I can cure her. We have the technology.
You forget, Doctor. You all swore out a blood oath against the one that stole your admiral. She should die.
She died when she was turned into a Borg.
Are you saying she is a zombie? This makes giving her to me for study a perfect idea.
Like I would give a patient to a scientist. She is not a zombie. She is intelligent life challenge, which is a medical condition.
She is not your patient, Doctor.
Enough! Neither one of you get to have her. You are the commander. What do you say?
I believe the actual captain of the Stranglehold has the last decision.
Borg, what makes you captain of the Stranglehold?
A membership card. And to paraphrase someone else, I am mostly bored. My condition is easily repairable. As my drill instructor at the academy would say, rub some dirt in it and walk it off.
He will get better once I get him into sick bay.
That sounds dangerous. Take the Ferengi. If she survives, I may consider it.
You are letting her live?
Sending her to sick bay is torture enough. But besides, we owe the Ferengi. If it was not for her, we would not have had this mission.
That is true. No one in their right mind would go to a Klingon sickbay. Take her away, Doctor. The Ferengi is the perfect patient.
Warriors, quick to fight, last to get a Band-Aid. Just wait till I get you down to sick bay, Admiral.
So, Kartar, you have returned to the ship?
I have important news from the High Council that concerns all of us.
That sounds like a mission for another time.
So where does that leave us?
On the stage at the end.
Have we forgotten anything?
We would like, as a group, to give out a big cheer to our favorite fan who could not make it this year. He's been to every show. You may have seen him or heard him, actually, when he came in the door. So all together, Klingons, 1, 2, 3, come on!